How's it going, everybody? Seems like I don't know, it seems like it's been more than a week. It's been a lot of activity happening, and it's, I feel like I'm in this like time warp. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like all the days go really fast, but at the same time, I lose track of time during this whole quarantine season. But I hope you're doing well. If this is your first live stream, just know it takes a minute for us to get everything situated here. I'm going to pull up comments and we'll give people some time to come and join us. Although I'm quite a bit later than normal, so who knows? Maybe we won't have anyone on here. But we'll give it a couple minutes, and if you have any questions for me, go ahead and lay them out for me. Or if you have any comments on anything in Kittanning, or you want to talk about anything from coronavirus or Easter or any of that kind of stuff, I'm an open book. I'm more than willing to take on just about any topic in this format. So bear with me here. I still have my church account up. This is like, I think Easter is my favorite holiday. Um, I like Christmas, that kind of stuff, but the story of Easter is obviously very near and dear to my heart. And so, like, if it wasn't for Easter, I don't know where I would be as a person, as an individual. I'd be in a whole different world. And so, uh, Easter is just a time to reflect on how thankful I am about everything that God has done in my own life. And so, just very, very excited about Easter Sunday. Now, that being said, I'm not going to be on here very long tonight. I am really, really tired. One thing I need to take care of in this week is to figure out a new schedule because trying to run my schedule the old way uh, just does not work very well. As we're in this season now of church being pre-recorded and then live streamed on Sunday morning, that's been really difficult for me because what I have ended up doing is we've been mostly recording on Saturdays, um, and there's been a couple weeks where I got to record part of it and edit part of it beforehand. But if I have any issues with the edit or with my computer or with Facebook or whatever, then I just end up spending the majority of the night trying to get everything ready for Sunday morning, which is fine in some circumstances. But when you have four children, it's not like I can sleep until noon. So last night I was up very, very late. Then got up at 6 a.m. to upload the videos, to complete everything, make sure it was all working properly. And then by the time that's all finished, my kids are up at 8 o'clock, and so we made pancakes and eggs this morning. We did a little egg hunt at home. They normally do that with the kids at church, with Mandy, our children's director. But they missed out on the party this year, obviously. So we did that at home and had a good time with it. And then it was time for church. And then it was time to make Easter dinner. And so it's been just a one thing after another day. No time to fit in a nap. So I'm ready to go to bed early tonight. Very excited about it. Meatloaf is in the house. Gene is here. Hello, Pastor Andrew. Hello, Gene. Good to have you. Meatloaf says, "It's me, my mother's favorite." So, like, did Zach log on to your account? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Is this like a code? Zach, if you're out there, like, I don't know, blink twice. Kelly says hello. Hello, Kelly. Patty, or probably more specifically, Naomi is in the house. Good to have you, Naomi. Meatloaf says, I also have a schedule. Wake up, bother the humans, then I procrastinate all day till I'm told to do schoolwork, then do it for a few hours and procrastinate again, and then fall asleep. Very eventful, as you can see. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel like my life has been, except it's maybe a little bit busier than that. I've been going through a lot of different, um, different projects, both on the homestead here and at work, trying to catch up on all of the things that I haven't been able to do for the past several years, which has been exciting. It's been really great to knock some things off the list. And I'm probably like two-thirds of my way through the list at this point. I'd probably be closer to 80%, but the last time that I wanted to plant seeds, it snowed, and that's not a very good time to plant seeds. So hopefully I'll be able to do that this week. I have a couple more days off of work and have some more homestead projects in mind. And yeah, hopefully something that'll be fun to watch on the channel too. I'm planning on getting a bunch more chickens over the next month. So it's going to be a lot of prep work for that. And trying to set up some more systems on the homestead that will, number one, provide some more food and fertility on my property, and then number two, make it so I don't have to cut so much grass, which always excites me. That was like my number one goal when I started planting trees, was to kill as much grass as possible. Patty's Rock says, "Nice hat." It is a nice hat. It's maybe my favorite hat. I have two hats that I wear consistently. This one, which I enjoy a whole lot, has a story behind it as well. There's a movie called Sheep Among Wolves 2, which is a movie about the Iranian church and just the incredible miracles that are happening in Iran right now. And the song that came out of that movie was called Maranatha, which just means Jesus come quickly, or Lord come quickly. And so it's kind of a cry out for Jesus to come and return, save us, and all the pain and suffering in the world. And yeah, I like it. My other hat I stole from my wife, and it's the one I always wear for summer reserve. And then she never wanted it back. Tim's in the house. Good to have you, Tim. Gene says, "I heard a rumor that Mr. Trump is going to open up some businesses." I have not heard that, but my assumption is at the end of the month, from a federal level, that they should do that. They should basically say at the end of the month, we're already seeing the curve start to bend, especially if you look at the maps in New York, who's kind of the front runner in the United States for this whole virus thing. And we're starting to see it bend as well in Pennsylvania. The cases, I believe today, let me check. I believe the cases today were way down. But let me just make sure that I'm not lying to you. Of course, there's not a good map on Pennsylvania here. I don't think they reset yet. Sorry, bear with me. Whenever I talk numbers, I try not to just blatantly make it up. It did reset. Shoot. So yesterday, 27,500 new cases in the United States. 1116 in Pennsylvania. I believe it was something like 15 or 1600 in Pennsylvania yesterday. And then the cases in the United States, the last high point was April 4th, which is 8 days ago at this point, was 34,196 in a single day. Today, 27,523. So it's definitely slowing down in new cases. Plus, the active cases are going to start to rapidly taper off, because 2 weeks ago, after 2 weeks, you can be healed from this thing. So 2 weeks ago would be March 29th. Yeah, there's 137,000 cases at that point. So they're going to start to hopefully have 10 to 20,000 recoveries every day. And as that happens, you'll see the active case curve totally level off and then start to fall as recoveries start to outpace new cases. So I do believe that we're coming, at the end of the month, it's going to make a lot of sense from the federal standpoint to say, hey, there are no restrictions from the federal government at this point. States and cities can decide on a case-by-case basis what they want to do. And and let's get this economy rolling again. But I guess that's neither here nor there. Whatever it is, doesn't really matter to me. But I would love to be meeting as a church again. I really believe with all my heart that God is sending us into a new season through this whole virus situation. It's just amazing how fast everything changed. I don't know how you feel about that. But I preached this today. One of our church members, who's just one of my favorite people in the whole world, she sent me a video, a sermon, or a teaching almost, from another, I guess a pastor, but I almost would consider him more prophet. And he was saying what I've been feeling in my heart, which was that Easter Sunday, Resurrection Sunday, or Passover was going to be an inflection point in this whole virus situation. That it was going to peak today. Like today would be considered like the day where everything begins to taper off, and we'll see hopefully healing. I haven't felt really the call to press into prayer over this whole coronavirus thing, but I am actually feeling that call now pretty strongly to press into praying for an end to this situation. So if you're praying people out there and you want to join me in that, I believe at least in my own life and in my own heart, I believe now is the time to press in majorly for prayer for this thing to end sooner than later. Meatloaf says, so you kill any possums recently? I have not. It's been quite some time. The last possum that I actually had in the chicken coop, I did not kill it. I should have, but I didn't. And I let it go, and I chased it out of the chicken coop, obviously. And I was anticipating that it would be back, but it has not been back. So I'm hoping he moved on somewhere else. But if he returns, I'm killing him. Gene says, I hope it happens soon. I miss everyone at church. Yeah, me too, man. It's kind of crazy. We buy this new church, and then we haven't been able to, number one, we haven't been able to close on the property because the court system's been moving incredibly slow, although we have some good movement on that. Hopefully it's going to happen here in the next week or two. But at the same time, we've had this access to this church for 2 weeks now, and more accurately almost a month, and we haven't been able to worship in there corporately yet, which is just insane to me. And then the other thing is we were planning to have kind of a goodbye service at our old building. That never happened, and it's never going to. And so it's just a weird situation. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. That might be just about it, guys. So I explained a little bit why Easter is my favorite holiday, but I really feel like it's not as commercialized as Christmas, which is great. The other reasons why I really like it is Christmas, we don't really even know when Jesus was born. And our best guess is that it probably wasn't at Christmas time, when we traditionally celebrate it. However, Easter, we do know when Jesus died and when Jesus was risen from the dead. And we know that because it happened at Passover, and they still keep track of Passover. Easter doesn't always fall on Passover, but it's always close. This year, the week of Easter actually did fall on the week of Passover. So this is like I believe it's like 7 out of 12 years it happens on the right day or on the right week, and then the other times it doesn't. So this is a special year as well. What you really look for is when the Passover happens at the right time, and then Passover happens on Saturday, happens on the Sabbath. Because if that lines up, then that's exactly the scenario where Jesus was killed and resurrected. So anyway, but you're probably not into all that stuff. I was saying I was going to come on for 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes already. I don't know how that goes so fast. But Meatloaf says, you didn't kill the possum, head pats, but if you kill him, I'm flicking you. Well, if he kills a chicken, he's gone. Just has to go. Kevin's in the house. Kevin, you're coming in just as I'm leaving. I'm really tired. Sorry, I just don't have the energy to do this too long tonight. But I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I hope you're celebrating the resurrection of Jesus. I hope that you're celebrating new life in your own life, in your family's life, in the life of our community. All this happens because of God. He is the miracle worker, and He is not done yet. He's not done with you as an individual. He's not done with our community. He's not done with the world. And while we still have breath, while we still have opportunity, we should seek to continue to do as much good in the world for God's glory as we can. And so that is my encouragement to you. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful night and a good week. I will be back with videos. I have 2 in the hopper, so hopefully early in this week I'll have 2 videos in. And then I brought the drone home, so I'm going to try to do some different drone work over the next couple weeks as well. Have some stuff that I need to shoot in town, so hopefully I'll be able to do that tomorrow. But I want to do some drone stuff on the homestead too. I want to play around. I've been wanting to play around with editing drone footage and adding in kind of graphical overlays. I really wanted to do it last year for Summer Serve, but I made the mistake of trying to learn it as we were in summertime, and summertime is just far too busy to try to learn something new like that. And for me, it takes longer to learn that kind of stuff for some reason. So I'm going to try to use the time now and use my own garden and my own property to try to do some different things with video that I think would be super cool if I can pull it off when we do Summer Serve. So anyways, have a wonderful night, you guys. God bless you. Just continue to celebrate all week. Jesus is risen. He's offering new life to each and every one of us. Press in with me with prayer. If you are a praying person, I would love to have us all kind of in a prayer movement to pray for an end to this coronavirus situation. Tim says, should be great drone shots downtown, no traffic. That's what I'm thinking. And it's actually for, like normally when there is traffic, I'm a little more nervous because I don't want to like crash the drone onto somebody's car. Like that's my nightmare. But I can get all kind of beautiful shots of Market Street. There's no telephone wires anymore and there's no cars. So should be able to get some really good stuff, hopefully, as long as I can get the weather. So pray tomorrow for low wind and sunny skies. All right, I'm leaving for real this time. Love you all. See you soon.